Tuesday, August 13th, the summer community meeting took place behind us at the Golden Age Club. Joe Delaronde, along with Gene Dybel. Right now, Joe, you were at the meeting. Give us a recap.
Well, I guess no surprise that the big topic was the asbestos laden cement and the issue of its removal, discovery, and all of that. That one took, I would say, the majority of the time, and there was some emotion there, and I think there was some really good discussion there. A lot came out. Chief Frankie McCumber made the initial presentation, a very short one, and it got the ball rolling. Any questions, kind of thing, and it started. And one community member in particular spoke about the fact that they're there. It's actually where we were recording our piece on the.
And we did the live Facebook.
Yes, that's right. So it was at that house, and so they their concerns that how long did people know about this beforehand? So a lot of remediation taking place. There's removal is happening, and a community meeting is going to be happening for the people who live out in the 106 area on the 27th of the month. And
so they'll be going out to meet directly with the people who live in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I think originally they were looking at actually having it in the area, but now it looks like it needs to be indoors. So we'll have some information very shortly on where it's going to be held. But I think what's important is all of the players will be there, and including someone from Mount Sinai. They're bringing somebody in who is an expert, and we have to realize that Mount Sinai Hospital in New York is the hospital that actually the people there are the ones who really did the research to kind of get asbestos out of the construction industry. Okay. And so they've been in the forefront of asbestos removal and the health concerns. So they know about it. So we're going to have somebody coming in from there, and that should be a big help. But like I said, it took a big chunk of the meeting. I think it was very healthy discussion, and I think at the end of the day, though I think many of the council chiefs were kind of, nervous about going into this. How volatile will it be? It turned out to be actually a pretty good meeting.
Okay. I know we had a slightly more of a crowd at this one. It was reported that there were about 50 people there.
And that was true, yeah. And but it was well behaved. There were a lot of questions, and the Mohawk Bridge, sorry, the consortium, I'm going to say, but the Mercier Bridge issue did come up. But I think with the information package that was given out at the meeting, it really did help. Also, Grand Chief and Rhonda Kirby were on the radio talking about some of the, I guess, misinformation that had been circulating.
A lot of people figured that this was already an approved thing and the construction was starting, but none of that has actually happened.
No, so there was some discussion on that. But and of course, what came back up again at the end in the open discussion was housing. And where are we at? And there are still people who are not happy with the amount of information. And I think the issue that keeps coming up is people are saying, well, when are they going to when are they going to move forward? When are we going to know? When is an arrest going to happen? And things like that. They want some sort of restitution and some sort of punishment, I guess, at this point. But it's all too early. But it did come up, and there's. It was reported how much change there is, as we've been reporting with Davis Montour and the crew over there, and things are actually looking up at the housing department, that's for sure.
Okay. Just to go back to the Mercier Bridge issue, you said a package was handed out. Just give us a little bit of information on that.
There was a meeting between the MCK and the MTQ, because it's an MTQ project, because we're facing the Mercier Bridge. And they have to replace the Kahnawake-bound span past the big span. It's that area that's over the river. And that has to be removed. I mean, it has to be changed. They've been repairing it for many, many years. And, the MTQ hadn't been very forthcoming in providing answers so that we could answer. So when people were asking us, we said, well, we're not sure this or we're not sure that. So we met with them and said, look, you have to get us this information, otherwise community members are going to say, you know, what are you doing here? And so that took place. A lot of Q&As were presented, and they did answer them satisfactorily, I think, and that was handed out, and it's also available on the website. You'll be able to see that very shortly.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess that's about it, but like I said, it was a pretty interesting meeting, and it just goes to show that there's still a need for community meetings, because people like to have that face-to-face, and it does give them a chance to vent a little bit and actually have some, I think, meaningful discussion.
All right. Thank you, Joe. The next community meeting scheduled is for fall. That'll be in November sometime. But of course, as situations arise, there could be a community meeting called at any point, right?
That's correct.
All right. Thank you, Joe.